You're diligently posting videos, but you're not getting views. You're not getting subscribers and you're not selling houses. So you've concluded that the algorithm hates you. If that's you, post "that's me" in the comments below. Kind of funny, I got a comment the other day on one of my videos and it went something like exactly like this. And this is kind of an experiment. I'm going to try doing a video where I do less editing and just get right to it and share the meat with you. No music, sound effects, nothing fancy. Just to show you that you don't have to do fancy stuff to get views. Like that stuff doesn't matter much. But here's the comment. It says, I think you should make a new channel at this point. Maybe the algorithm doesn't want this channel to grow for some reason. I guess make a new one. Well, I've got news for you. If your channel isn't growing, if you're not getting subscribers, if you're not getting viewers, if you're not selling houses, it is not the algorithm, it's you. And you might look at my channel and go, Trevor, you've got videos with over 100,000 views, and your last videos only have like a couple hundred. Why is it? Well, stick around to the end and I'll explain why that is, because I know why that is. And if you've had similar things, your channel just not growing, I'm gonna explain to you why it is. Now, the short answer is, it's because your videos suck. Nobody wants to watch them. If your channel's not growing, your videos are probably terrible. They're long, they're boring, they're drawn out, you're rambling, you're not getting to the point. And YouTube just follows human behavior. The algorithm is great. The algorithm is better than ever. It doesn't matter what your niche is. If you're a real estate agent trying to sell horse properties in Colorado, there are people that are buying horse properties in Colorado that want to watch your videos. If you are living on a farm in the Midwest and you slaughter your own pets for food, there are people that want to watch that stuff. If you make, tiddlywinks out of Legos, there's people that will follow that stuff. There's people that will follow everything, and YouTube does a great job at finding those people for you if you do a couple things like right. And it starts with, one of these, actually it's one of these four things. I'm gonna tell you the 4 reasons that your channel's not growing, that you're not selling houses. And this video is specifically for realtors, but it applies to everybody equally that has a real estate channel. So the first reason your channel's not growing, and when I say channel's not growing, that means subscribers, views, sales, growth at all. So I'll just use that as the generic catch-all. The first reason is because, what I said before, your videos suck. YouTube cares about watch time. They want people to watch your videos for a long period of time. And if people drop off after the first few seconds, then YouTube's like, oh, that video was terrible. We're not going to show it to anybody else. And your video is going to die, and so is your channel. So you've got to make people watch more of your video. And I just made a video about analytics, looking at your analytics. And that video is right up there. You should check that out after this one. And it shows you how to look and see where people are staying engaged. You can actually see a graph and it's like, oh, I can see right here during my intro, everybody tanks. Get rid of the intro. Or I can see right here when I'm rambling and not getting to the point, everybody tanks. I can see when I show a boring white background and nothing interesting, everybody bails. Well, change your background. Or you can see like, oh, when I start my outro, everybody bails. Well, then stop doing an outro. You just got to change it. The data is there. If you've made a few videos, the data is there. So check out that video on analytics right up there when you're done with this one. So number 1, your video is not great. So you got to start making better videos. Number 2 is your title. People see 2 things when they are scrolling through YouTube and all the places YouTube shows your stuff. They show your thumbnail and they show your titles. Let's talk about the title first. And these are called impressions. Every time YouTube shows somebody your video, they're showing a thumbnail and a title, and that's an impression, and YouTube keeps track of that. And to make a good video get watched, you have to create a great title. And yes, SEO, search engine optimization, and yes, keyword research. Those are important, but you know what's more important than that? Making a title that a human being wants to click on. Don't write titles for robots, write titles for human beings that are engaging. If you heard of Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, the dude's got over 60 million subscribers. He's 23 years old and he is a millionaire and he is a master of creating amazing titles and thumbnails. And which takes me to my next part, which is if you're not making great thumbnails, which is even more important than the title, your video is gonna die. People have to want to click on it. And Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast, will not even upload a video. He won't even shoot a video until he's found a title, figured out a title that is going to get clicked. In fact, he thinks of the title first. He will spend sometimes days, the thumbnail, he will sometimes spend days figuring out what the thumbnail is going to be. If he can't come up with a good thumbnail, he won't even make the video. Are you that good about your thumbnails? Do you care that much about your thumbnail? Or do you like, oh, I made the video, I forgot the thumbnail, let me grab a still and put some text on it and we'll call it good. That's not gonna work. Your channel, if you do that, your channel's not gonna grow. You should think about your thumbnail and your title before you shoot the video. Go, okay, I've got an idea for a video. What's the thumbnail gonna be? What's gonna make them click? And I've got a video on how to make better thumbnails right up there, which you should check out. And I'm gonna make a new one because I've learned some new stuff still. I'm always learning, always growing. I love YouTube, so there's more to come on creating I just learned some killer secrets. So you're gonna stick around for that, which is gonna come out in a couple weeks. But for now, watch that video and spend some time making better titles and better thumbnails. And going back to titles, which was back to number 2, how do you make a good title? Well, go on YouTube and start scrolling. Look at your homepage. When you go on YouTube, click the button that says home. That's your homepage. That's all the stuff that YouTube serves you, that YouTube thinks that you want to watch. Go through there and just start looking at the titles and thumbnails and go, oh, click. Which one did you click on? Which one were you compelled to click on? Is one probably that created a little bit of curiosity. There was a little bit of a tease that was right up your alley, things that you're interested in. Probably things that you've been clicking on lately because YouTube knows what you like. YouTube knows you better than you know yourself. So one thing you can do is look at other thumbnails and other titles, see what other people are doing, and turn off Voxer notifications when you're making a video, especially if you don't plan on editing it, like I'm planning on not doing on this one. Another thing you can do is when you go to a news story, have you ever noticed you go to a news story and you read it because you clicked on it, had a compelling title, you clicked, weren't even searching for it, it just popped up in your feed somewhere, you click on it, and then after it, you'll see a bunch of little more, this isn't even on YouTube, this is like Google, whatever news feed, whatever crazy news channel you're on, then you'll see little thumbnails with really compelling titles, stuff you had no interest in. It's like, you should see what Marsha Brady looks like today, or whatever. They got these catchy titles that you have to click on, things that probably weren't even of interest to you when you're checking out your news feed. So look at those, see what they do, see how they tease you. There's an art to it. In fact, I've got a video on creating, clickbaity titles right up there. You should check out that video as well. And when I say clickbait, I mean something that is going to make them click. But if your video delivers on what that clickbaity title or thumbnail is, then it's not really clickbait. It's good and it's acceptable. If you give a title about something that is totally unrelated to your video, that's bad. Your channel is going to die. YouTube's going to know it. So spend some time making titles and thumbnails. Now, so that's 1, your video sucks. Number 2, your title sucks. Number 3, your thumbnail sucks. The 4th reason that your channel isn't growing is because you're all over the place. And by all over the place, I mean you haven't identified your target avatar. Who is your avatar? Who are you making your videos for? Do you know how old they are? If they're male or female? Do you know how much money they make? Do you know what kind of clothes they wear? What kind of car they drive? Do you know what kind of books they read? What kind of news they care about? Are they conservative? Are they liberal? Are they religious? Do you know what kind of houses they live in? Do you know all that stuff about your target demographic? And how do you know that? Well, one way is in analytics. There's that video I alluded to earlier. You can watch that. And there are other ways to know. Another way to look into, to consider who your target avatar is. Who have you sold houses with before? Who have you done business with before? Who are your friends? Who do you associate with? Who do you connect with? Are you making videos for them? I've got another YouTube channel. And on that other YouTube channel, it's about traveling and RV living, and it's mostly about, the beginnings of the channel were more about living in an RV full time, which I did, last year for a while. And I made videos that I thought would be, appealing to that general audience, people wanting to live in an RV full time or people wanting to travel in RVs in general, and then not realizing that most of that audience skews much older than I thought. It's like, oh, so I need to maybe slow it down a little bit. So you need to look at your analytics, figure out who's watching your videos, and make videos for them. Better videos, better titles, better thumbnails, because YouTube only cares about one thing, which is making money like any other business. How do they make money? By keeping people on the platform. How do you keep people on the platform? You make videos that people will watch the entire video, or most of the, or you make videos that people watch most of or all of it, and to get them to watch it, they have to click on it. So all I got to care about is making them click and making them watch. That's all. Click, watch, that's it. If you can make them do that, your channel is going to grow. You're going to get more subscribers and more viewers. You're going to get engaged people. You're going to get the right kind of people if you do number 4, which is make videos for your target avatar, your target demographic, people that are in one specific demographic, not for everybody, just for them. You do that, your channel is going to explode and your business is going to take off. And of course, you've got to be consistent, man. If you're posting one video every couple of months, it's not going to matter. And I'm mostly talking about YouTube, but this applies to all the platforms. If you're a big Facebook person and maybe your demographic skews a little bit older, and maybe they're not on YouTube as much, but maybe they're more on Facebook. Yes, you make videos for Facebook and make them for them as well. I lied. One edit. I never really clarified why this channel isn't growing as much as it should. It's because I'm a little bit all over the place. Instead of focusing on my target avatar and my target niche, which is helping real estate agents create better marketing videos so they can sell more houses, I sometimes get sidetracked like, hey, here's how to become a millionaire. Or, hey, here's how, some productivity type of generic things. Or, hey, here's some stuff on how to rip off movie clips from the internet. Or, I'm doing stuff that interests me instead of stuff that is for my target audience. So you need to make sure that you stay dialed in, because this channel, even though I know all this stuff, sometimes it's knowing it and doing it are two different things. So I'm going to, from now on, focus more on helping real estate agents grow their businesses with video. So you hold me to that. You've got to figure out who your avatar is, do those 4 things, and I promise it will make all the difference in the world. Look at your analytics, watch that video. In fact, to watch that video, click that link right there. Watch that video right now and watch it like 5 times until you get it, and get in your analytics every day, because that stuff is so important. Hit subscribe to make sure you stay current on all things video, and go make some awesome videos. I can't wait to see what you create.